Good morning, good people. It is Financial Literacy Month, Wednesday, April 6th, and thank you all for being here. I know this is an incredibly busy time for so many people, whether it's because of Financial Literacy Month or because it's tax season or it's just a busy time as the world seems to be opening up more and more every week. So I am going to make my portion of the meeting streamlined, efficient, just give some updates, and then I definitely want to hear from the people in the room and what's happening, challenges that we may be having, or resources that we need. So first off, hopefully everyone has Wednesday, May 4th on your calendars so that we can come back together again in about a month. And with that, let's get started. Quick reminder, I'm happy to email people the graphics that they need, but you don't have to wait for me. They are available on demand from our website. If you go to myfinancialwellness.org on the Partners tab, at the bottom, you will find all of the graphics that have been created for your use. Some of you will use different graphics than others. So if you're a library and you're hosting story times this month, you will want the Smart Money Michigan Kids Read graphic. You can certainly use the other more generic graphics as well, but just know that you can download those to a local device and use them on your flyers, your website, social media, as you see fit. There's also a QR code for people who want to put that on things to help drive people to our shared event calendar. Always have to give a shout out to those who help make this work possible with their underwriting support. Of course, Ally Financial is back in a big way again this year, underwriting the Smart Money Magic Show, and I have an update on that in a little bit. I'm very excited with this year's resource. The Michigan Credit Union Foundation, of course, underwriting our Smart Money Michigan Kids Read again this year. Raymond James, huge shout out to Colleen for both Anthem Advisors' work in this space and the Raymond James support as well. And then, of course, our fiscal agent continues to be the Michigan Council on Economic Education. So thanks to Derek for that support. I know I say this, and I have to say it because folks forget and don't do the things they say they're going to do sometimes, but I am still looking for events to be added to the event Google form, which of course lives in every monthly newsletter that I send out. The links at the bottom, useful links, I think I call it. And that's how I populate our website, the event calendar on our shared webpage, as well as then draw from that page to populate our social media campaign. So at least 3 times a week right now, I am posting information about events that are taking place. I have a lot of entries from the Wayne County Community Action Agency. I have Oakland County Michigan Works. I have MSU Extension. I have a few libraries that have submitted. So if you're hosting events this month or next that are non-solicitous and open to the public, please enter that information into the Google form, because that's how I obtain it for our event page and for our social media channel, which I then forward and reshare, and hopefully you all will do that as well. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page or followed us on Twitter, please do that too. Partner collaboration form, if you're looking to connect with people outside of these meetings, that's how that happens. It's kind of a matchmaker form that people can self-select to have their information included. If you subscribe to receive our monthly newsletter, that does not put you into that collaboration form. That's just one little thing that you need to do one time. It doesn't have to be done every quarter or even every year. I don't purge it. We just want to make sure that it's current and the information is up to date. So I hope not to say this after this month, but since it is Financial Literacy Month, I'm going to say one last time that since 2019, we've been told to not use the sequence of words money and smart in any way. So we are not part of their Money Smart Week programming or campaign. Their campaign is virtual again this year, taking place next week. I honestly don't even know what's happening this year. Haven't been really keeping up with that, but if folks are interested, they can certainly follow the Federal Reserve Bank's Money Smart Week and participate in their centrally developed programming that they're asking for people to share. But we in Michigan, as part of the Michigan Financial Wellness Network, we are not using the phrase Money Smart anything. As you'll know, everything has been rebranded, renamed. We have our own graphics, we have our own webpage, etc. So this is the last month I'm going to have this slide in the deck. House Bill 5190. I'm not sure if Derek is here this morning. Derek, if you are, you can unmute and share if there are any updates on this legislation. I didn't see him pop in. So we were expecting some activity around this month. So maybe I'll have some updates in May. But as far as I know right now, there was no action on this since we learned of it a couple months ago. Thank you to Haley at the Michigan Credit Union Foundation and Michigan Credit Union League. She is in the Government Affairs Division, and she helped us have the House Resolution number 261 introduced and proclaiming Financial Literacy Month in Michigan in the month of April this year. And you can see the representatives there that I think it was Representative Farrington who introduced and sponsored the resolution, and the others there who were, I guess, co-authors. So the House Resolution number 261 is proclaiming April Financial Literacy Month for the state of Michigan. And it's a lot of language. So this is just an excerpt of the entire resolution, which is about 2.5 pages of whereases and wheretofores and herefore arts, very formal language that you can find online. Actually, maybe I'll post a link to it on our webpage. That would be a smart thing to do. I did post it on our Facebook page, and it's just kind of a cool thing, not only to raise awareness among the public that Financial Literacy Month is happening, but it's also a good thing to do so that the legislators know what's happening, right? So it's a two-part thing. One is it, gives some credibility or some heightened awareness around the work that you're all doing year-round to the public and the media and others who follow resolutions that happen. But it also, in addition to that, it also brings awareness to legislators of the work that's happening. So I think it's an important thing to do. And I'm very grateful that the Michigan Credit Union League allows their staff to push that through for us. So that was kind of an exciting thing that happened just last week. Yay, I see the little golf clap. Thanks, Colleen. If anyone has questions about that, feel free to ask. Kathy, are you or Lori on the call today? If not, I can do a quick update. So lots of MSU extension programming for young people and young adults happening this month. And some of those are going to be coming to a close here pretty soon. The cash composition contest is still open for a little while longer, a little bit longer than that, the Show Your Money Smarts contest. And then their ongoing Adulting 101 series, which actually has a piece in it that I'm adapting for my younger Girl Scouts. So if you see something in that series that's of interest, I know their staff is very willing to customize something for a group that my girls are 13. So they're not quite ready to move out on their, although they think they might, they think they want to, they're not quite ready to move out on their own yet. But there was a kitchen and food safety class that I'm having adapted for my 13-year-olds. So we're doing that on this Sunday. So And again, links to all of this can be found. You can find them on the MSUE website, but you can also find them at myfinancialwellness.org on our programs tab. So exciting. Colleen, you and I were chatting about this before we started, and the traction that we've gotten here in Michigan for Funding the Future is very exciting. And I am going to ask Colleen to unmute, even though she doesn't want to. I would rather folks hear the good news from you. So give us the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, we're very excited. So we started off last Friday with a live stream show, and they were in Vassar High School, and that was Gooding's last show. He went off, and he and his wife just had their very first child. So it's very exciting. They have a little boy. And then Carter will be in town. So he has a couple of live stream shows on the 13th, and then he's in town for a little over a week. And we have 10 shows booked for him from, let's see, he's going anywhere from Canton all the way over to Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. So he has a lot of coverage in a week's time span. So we're very excited to have him in town and have some great schools for him to go to. And it's interesting that this whole spring, now that we are doing both live stream shows and in-person shows, we are estimating that we will touch 12,000 students from end of February to the end of May. So in 3 months, we will touch 12,000 students. We have 41 schools that we will be attending, and 31 of them are brand new schools to us. So it's very, very exciting. We're branching out and making some great headway. So thank you all.
So Colleen, if someone were interested in experiencing one of these shows, is there a possibility? I know it's kind of tricky sometimes to get into a school, but what would you suggest? Like if someone wanted to witness it in person, is that possible? I mean, they can email me if I know what to tell people.
Yeah, so usually, even for me to attend, as a sponsor to get into a school these days, I have to contact the school ahead of time and state that I am coming in for this specific show, and then they will give you access, and you have to come in with your ID, and you'll have to ask about their COVID protocol if they have any going on right now. But that's how that is working, is my understanding.
Okay, so if someone wanted to tune into a live stream, we're still open to that happening, right?
Absolutely. Now that you can absolutely go to fundingthefuturelive.org, and on there it will have you'll see that when we have a live stream show, you can actually click right on and watch the whole live stream show.
Okay. So my suggestion, if anyone wants to attempt to attend in person, I don't want a whole bunch of people calling schools, because I know how busy schools are and it's their job to protect our kids. Right. So I'd be happy to be a gatekeeper if someone is interested in trying to physically attend an in-person show. To email me, and I'm happy to make like one phone call with, okay, here are the 2 people that are interested in coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to help with that. And I see Dawn, who I have to give a shout out to. Dawn, you are, I have such like a, I don't even know what you call it, a gal crush. Like
funny.
Just that, seriously, just in the last year of the things that we have gotten going in Kalamazoo is honestly remarkable. And it's, in no small way attributable to your efforts and your commitment and your hard work and your willingness to listen. And, I can give you crazy ideas and you're like, I love it.
Absolutely, Kelly. And a lot of these things work because of you and me joining this network. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I did put in there if someone wanted to come to the Kalamazoo area shows. I have an in with one of them for sure because it's my school that I grew up. I went through that school and also taught there for 15 years. So I'm pretty sure I could swing that. And then the other one, possibly, depending on the principal's permission and stuff to get someone in there too. So
Right.
that would be so cool. Yeah, so exciting.
All right, so that's the Funding the Future update. We have Carter running, right? We got him running, which is always our goal, like fill the slots. And congratulations to Gooding. I'm so incredibly happy for them. And yeah, so, okay, next. What's next? Oh, yes, our Smart Money Magic Show. Very excited to say it is ready. All of the segments are recorded. It is so much fun. It takes the book Planet Z and the Money Tree and brings the characters and the lessons to life using magic and humor and sleight of hand. It's a really fun program. So there is still time if Michigan educators, anyone between kindergarten and 5th grade, is interested in utilizing these pre-recorded segments and the book and the activities and the game, the online game that go along with the book, there is still time for educators to register. So because it is available on demand, classroom teachers are able to use the segments in whatever order they choose. They're about 5 minutes long. They're able to use the book to do their reading time with the kids, or we also have Spaceman Joel. Actually, one of the video segments is him reading the story books. So if teachers, need that, 10 minutes to do other things, they can use his reading of the book. We are still accepting registrations. So I have sent out the links to the materials and the segments, the playlist on our YouTube channel to all of the educators who have currently registered. And I want to say it's like 59 educators. And I say educator because some of those individuals represent an entire grade. Some represent an entire elementary school. Some of them, like Dawn, represent a district position that then has contacts within multiple districts or multiple schools. So very excited. It's a lot of fun. The segments are cute. They're entertaining. They're just, they're not too long for the attention span of, a 10-year-old. And so we are still accepting registrations. Educators do need to register with me. And then I send them the link out to the materials. One thing I want to add, which came to my attention since the last meeting, is that in the middle schools, there has been some interest from middle school educators who work with the special education population. So cross-categorical people and special ed teachers are liking this material too. So even though we say this is for K through 5th grade, I've come to know that there's another segment or another market for this. So if you know folks who have those kinds of jobs at the middle school level, I would be happy, I would be elated to share this with them as well. So Dawn, I'm sharing that with you, but also anyone else who's on the Zoom or who's watching the recording. The special ed middle school teachers seem to really think that this is on point for their students. So I'm excited about learning that too. Our Smart Money Michigan Kids Read, those books were shipped out on, I think it was March 10th, after just a small glitch in shipping that was outside of our control. All of the requests have been sent, and as happens every year, we received several emails, concerned emails that people didn't get their books, but in fact, we've helped everyone locate their shipments. They were either delivered to a different building, or they were not delivered. They were there. They just didn't know that they were there. So far, everyone has their books, and story times are starting to happen. Partnerships with lots of credit unions are taking place. So it's exciting to see a lot more in-person programming. Some still virtual, some still doing grab and go kits with, Facebook Live or, pre-recorded story times. But this year is definitely a mix. Where last year everything was remote, everything was virtual. This year it's much more a mix of in-person and online. So we had 3 libraries so far who missed the deadline, but I was able to accommodate those late requests. Those books are being sent out today. So if you're one of those 3 libraries, I got them packed and organized, and they're going to go out today via rides and TLN. So huge thanks to Ally Financial for their continued financial support of the Magic Show, and to Michigan Credit Unions for their support of our Smart Money Michigan Kids Read. And I'm really very proud this year that for both of these major initiatives, both of these are very, very big statewide available programs. They both have more robust supplemental material this year than we've ever had before. So I'm really hoping that educators and librarians are taking full advantage of these resources this year. The Michigan Economics Challenge and the Personal Finance Challenge, those windows, are those still open? I don't know, actually. Derek isn't on the call. I don't know if Beth is on the call. But I know that the state finals happen on the 29th of this month in person at the Macomb ISD. So these are for high school students, can be in public high schools or not. But those 2 programs are up and running, and students have until the 29th for the state finals. Smart Path, I'm just mentioning, oh, Colleen, yes, Colleen Godfrey.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I just wanted to mention that if anyone is interested in volunteering at the reality fair that's taking place at the Michigan Personal Finance Challenge, to contact me. I am coordinating booth workers, financial counselors, really as little or as most as you'd like to help. I'll put my contact in the chat right now. So I'll be there all day, and if you'd like to help or like to kind of observe, please let me know.
Hey, Colleen, before you remute, would you, for the recording, would you speak your email address, please?
Absolutely. Well, my name's Colleen Godfrey. So it's just C Godfrey, CGODFREY at msgcu.org.
Okay, so the reality fair is taking place. It's part of the Michigan Finance Challenge. So it's part of this event happening, Dawn, on April 29th at the Macomb ISD. And so these 2 programs are out of the Michigan Council on Economic Education, and with underwriting support from the Credit Union Foundation. And Colleen works at Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, and she has been leading the organization of the reality fair that happens during that day. And so I'm going to be attending, because I try and go every year because I'm so incredibly inspired at this event. But I don't know that I'd be able to commit to a specific task. But Colleen, I will be on hand, and I will certainly pitch in when I can. And I know that, correct me if I'm wrong, Colleen, people who volunteer to help with the reality fair, they don't necessarily have to have, like, they're not they don't have to know a lot. Like you'll tell them what to do, right? They don't have to be a financial coach or.
No expertise necessary.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bonus, but you don't have to be a personal financial counselor. There's a lot of, very simple choose from this list, up to the more complicated. And I'll send everything. This is the event that's usually at the Federal Reserve every year. And as Kelly stated, it's at the Macomb ISD on Garfield this year, which is another big space. So it should be great.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Colleen. I just want to remind people that SmartPath is a resource for, it says grades 1 through 8, but as I've been told, it's really K through 8. And so let's see, again, I can't see who's on the call readily. Beth, do you want to say anything about this? About SmartPath? I just want people to realize that it's still a resource, that the fee for use of it has been underwritten by the Credit Union Foundation. And I'm just wanting to make sure that it's still front of mind.
Yeah, that's right. New this year, available in Michigan for free. I think there may have been some users in the past, and Derek is working with them to have that accessible through the MCEE website.
Right.
And I'd love to hear some feedback on that. If anyone has used it, you can give Derek or myself some feedback on that, because this is the first year we are funding it, and we would love to continue if it's a value and of high use with schools, and can also be used in other groups. So take a poke around the SmartPath website. You just have to sign up, and you can access the units and all of the resources that go along with it.
Right. So this is one of those things that people can use it on, dates and times and schedules that works for them. It's not a specific event. And oh, hi, Monique. It's good to see your name. Yeah, and I that is an important thing to note also, that it is available for use not just by formal school, like classroom educators, right? Because we want social service agencies, youth groups, anyone who works with youth who wants to utilize this resource. It's available to all of those people. All right, so my other big piece of news for today is the FemPreneur Summit for 2022 is happening. And after, some stops and starts, and we did it virtually, which worked out pretty well, actually. Last year, yes, we are back in person. And so we've started meeting. We're looking at the themes. This is for female entrepreneurs, small business owners, female small business owners. And it's been incredibly successful over the years. And we're close to having, I think, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it. We're close to having a large, significant underwriter come aboard for this. And we've begun the planning. We are looking for potential underwriting partners to help underwrite some of the technology that we want to use, materials that we're hoping to acquire. There will be a luncheon sponsorship available. And we're also looking for help, volunteers, people. We have subcommittee co-chair positions available for the business marketplace, for example, as well as the lifestyle marketplace. So if you are interested in being part of the 2022 FemPreneur Summit, taking place on Monday, September 19th at the Vista Tech Center on the campus of Schoolcraft College, please email me, and I can get you plugged in. So there will be this year for panelist positions. It seems that a lot of times folks want to have a speaking role. There will be an application process. fairly simple application process, and then there will be an interview process so that the panels can be balanced and that we make sure we are putting together the best possible day-long program for this year's FemPreneur Summit. So I am almost giddy. I am so excited to have this event back in person and to not feel like we have to cram it in the month of April, which is so incredibly busy for people. We decided to do it after the summer, after Labor Day, after kids are back in school, but before things get crazy with the, oh, thank you. Okay, I see someone has to jump off. Be back in person and, you know, be able to do this event again, face to face at a gorgeous venue with top-notch speakers, panelists, resources. So if anyone is interested in learning more, please do email me because we are full steam ahead. We've met with the venue again. We did a walkthrough of the space and we are ready to rock and roll. So I say email me, and it's the same email that is on the email news blast and all of the slides. It's myfinancialwellness@gmail.com. So if anyone has questions about this, please speak up. So now is the time to speak up.
Kelly,
and yes,
Kelly,
yeah.
before you go past, so for this potential panelist, is that questionnaire ready, or when will that be ready? I have somebody in mind that I'd like to recommend.
Sure, we are working on that as we speak or as we meet. We're working on that. It'll be kind of a nomination process, and then that person that is recommended will then complete the questionnaire. So that will be in a future e-news blast. I'll make sure that the link is in there in a future e-news blast. And so just, watch for that. I'm glad you're on the call today. I've missed you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Okay, so anyone have questions about our Smart Money Kids Read, Funding the Future, Smart Money Magic Show, FemPreneur Summit, any of those things? Now is the time to ask. And I would love to hear if anyone wants to volunteer to give an update or, share your, if you have an offer or an ask, now is the time to do that. Or I can just go through the list of names and start asking folks for updates. Anyone have a burning question?
Hi, This is Keitra. How are you?
Hi, Keitra, my brave volunteer. What's up?
Yeah, I was the FemPreneur. What is the content of that? I might have missed it.
The FemPreneur Summit is a day-long, basically it's a day-long conference, and it is for female entrepreneurs, business owners, female business owners. We come together, there's a lot of networking, but there are usually a number of panel discussions that cover all kinds of topics relative to a small business owner. And it is geared toward women. Now, we have had a couple of gentlemen who are part of our exhibit, our resource exhibits in the past. We don't prevent them from coming, but it is geared toward female business owners for sure. And some of the unique challenges that female business owners overcome, but also just, women often do business differently than men. So it's a day-long event. There's a resource marketplace that is business oriented. There's a lifestyle marketplace that is more of like, travel and wardrobe and personal care and that sort of thing. It's a really fantastic, very powerful day.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. I think I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to check my calendar, but I'll send you a note with my information.
So why don't you tell us who you are and what's happening in your world? Give us the 30-second elevator.
30 seconds. So I'm Keitra Lewis. I reside in Belleville, Michigan. work for Discover Financial Services. I'm 100% remotely. I have 20 plus years of banking experience. I'm on the compliance side, and I'm definitely an advocate of financial education. I'm currently the director of Urban Financial Services of Detroit. And right now we have a scholarship that we're offering for students that are in business school, majoring in finance or other majors, that ends the end of this month. So that I want to ask the question, is there opportunity to promote that with your, on your site? I know we really focus on financial education at the elementary, high school, middle school, but I'm advocate for also college students.
Oh, for sure. Yes, as we are. So yes, if you have information you can email to me, please do.
Okay, great. That's my 30-second.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice to meet everyone.
And how about Kelsey? Kelsey, are you still here with us?
I am, yes. I don't have much news. We are participating in the Smart Money Michigan Kids Read. So we have our first programming this upcoming Saturday at one of the libraries, and then we have another one in 2 weeks. So that's been super fun. I've loved coordinating with the libraries, getting events set up for that.
Awesome. You got the printables and all of that, right?
Yes, I did. Well, we will be utilizing those. Those are very cool.
Yay. So everybody, here's my ask. Take pictures at your events and either send them to me, or better yet, post them on your Facebook pages and tag the Michigan Financial Wellness Initiative, because then I can reshare them and draw attention to what you're doing. So, library events, school events, it's a little different, because it's not a public venue, but sometimes like from the back, if it's, kids are facing away. But yeah, I really need to get new pictures because we haven't been in person for a while. Our pictures are old. I'd love to get some new pictures. That goes for
Definitely
everybody.
make sure I take some for you.
That would, yeah, it goes for everybody. I'm sure your marketing people would love for you to do that too. So I want to hear from, is it Aldina? Aldina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, you pronounced it just right.
So, well, hello.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm one of the new peeps on your calls, so just a silent observer in the back. I've been catching up on the previous recordings, which has been very helpful to get caught up with like everything that you guys do and all of that. So I apologize that I don't have much to say just yet, but hopefully soon I'll have more to share. But I've been with Lake Michigan Credit Union for going on 17 years. I was a branch manager for the longest time. And just about, going on 2 months now, have joined the community relations team. And my main focus will be financial literacy, and the credit union really would like to take that initiative and do more with it. I mean, we already have our own podcast. We have like different financial tools on our website and stuff, but we want to do more with it than what we've already done in the past. So like getting programs more accessible to schools, to different nonprofits and all of that. So that will be like my cup of tea, and that I'm a total budget nerd myself. So for me, anything to do with helping people from all walks of life, change their lives around, give them hope, give them like a reason why they should not give up, is like, that's like my love language. So I am super excited that I have this opportunity to do all of this. It's a little nerve-wracking because like the pressure is all on me to make things happen. So
well, here I have some good news for you. You are in a great group because there are a lot of people in this group who can help you. So don't be nervous. Just be fierce, because we have a lot of resources and experience and knowledge, and this is a wonderful sharing group of people you will find.
Most definitely. So we
That-
had also several libraries reach out to us for that, the Smart Read program. So I was the one who was in charge of connecting the libraries with our local branches. So that is also happening. It's all set in stone. I believe we had a total of 8 libraries, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
So,
fantastic.
you know, the hope was for more, but I feel like we're still, you know, working through all of this, but all the branches have been connected. They're all excited. And I can't wait. I'll have to, and thank you for that reminder. I'll have to share that they should capture some photos while they're out there and stuff. So
Oh,
I'll have to
yeah,
send out a reminder.
for sure. Yes, because I am certain that Andrea and Beth would love pictures too.
Most definitely. So thank you for having me here. Like I said, hopefully in the future, I'll share way more.
Oh, no, this is fantastic. This is why we do this though, because we need to know what you need and what you're doing so that we can be
Mhm.
supportive of each other. Now, my question for you and anyone who might listen to this,
Mhm.
how did you get to this meeting? Are you subscribed to the newsletter already or no?
So, yes. So,
Okay.
with me joining the community relations team, I have an incredible boss. Matt Cook is like the best boss anyone can ever have. So he already had a whole bunch of different resources set up for me. I met Andrea already via a Zoom call too. So that was amazing. So he set all of that up. And since then, I have literally followed everything that you guys have sent, all of the resources, and subscribed to
good.
different things. So I'm like an advocate user.
Good. So I just wanted to make sure if you were somehow got to this meeting because someone forwarded a newsletter to you, I want you to make sure that you're subscribed so that you are getting, you know, firsthand, you know, updates and
I believe that I am
Okay.
connected to all of the different newsletters, and hopefully I am. I believe that that's how I originally signed up, unless I went in and saw all your upcoming dates of meetings. So I don't know if
Right.
there's a way for you to check to see if I am connected to.
Yeah, shoot me an
newsletter.
email. If you would send me an email and I can check on that after,
Okay.
you know, later today. It's
Okay.
mifinancialwellness@gmail. Just
Okay.
send me an email. That way I can search on your email address.
Perfect. I will do
And then
that.
I see somebody who's on their phone, 989-340. I don't know who that is. Can you tell us who you are? Are you able to, I think if you do *6, I think that unmutes you.
Hi, this is Teresa from Northland Area Federal Credit Union.
Oh, hi, Teresa.
Hi, I'm joining for the first time. I most recently joined the email group as well, and so I'm super excited about that. I got connected because I am the financial education coordinator for all 15 branches of Northland Area Federal Credit Union, but I'm a regional manager over 4 branches.
Perfect. So are you the
yeah.
same Teresa? Are you the same Teresa that I followed up on those library?
Yes,
Okay.
and thank you so much for that. One task that I was tasked with for Smart Money Michigan READS program was we had one participating library that participated faithfully every year with us since you guys started, and that was it. So this year I was tasked with, as my role as the financial education coordinator, to vamp that up and get more participation. So I reached out to every library in our field of membership, and we have 8 participating libraries.
Yay.
And as you have seen,
Congratulations. That's
yes,
huge.
it is very huge. We had 6, and then 2 more I kind of followed up with, and they're like, we didn't get the books, and I'm like, wait, just a minute, let me see if we can do that, and thank you so much for that help with that.
So now that you're on board, and hopefully you'll still be on board by, you know, come November, because that kind of, you know, beating the bushes or shaking the tree, if we can get that to happen in like November, December, January, it just makes everything so much more smooth, because at this point it's a scramble, right? Like, I'm glad that they're on board, and I'm glad that I was able to accommodate them, but it's a scramble, I'll be honest. So now that you're in this role, hopefully when this process begins, like we begin this process, presuming that the sponsorship continues and all of that, this process begins in October. And then November, December, January. And then once we close the request, because we have to get labels and ship, you know, like it's a big thing. And that's for everyone listening. Hopefully we can, you know, push that action forward a little bit. But I'm so excited. That's huge. You should feel wonderful that many libraries are on board up there.
Thank you. I do.
Yay. And it'll be fun. Take pictures.
I will, definitely. I've got notes to do that.
Awesome. Well, welcome. And hopefully you can make it to the monthly meetings. It's a great group.
Yeah, I definitely plan on it.
All right. Now I have a couple other people. Any other updates? Monique, Colleen, or Colleen? I have two Colleens, Colleen G and Colleen S, and Beth. The four of you I've heard from a little bit, and Dawn too. Any other updates or any questions that you guys have?
Kelly, I was just going to say that I just figured out Aldina and I are meeting on, I think, the 14th through a connection through Beth, Beth and Lake Michigan Credit Union. So happy to get to know Aldina, and she's in our area on the west side. So so we can make great things happen even more in this area. Yeah, and also, you know, just besides the Funding the Future and Count on Pablo and all the great things that you're doing, another program that Derek D'Angelo brought to my attention was the Invest in Girls program.
Yeah.
And we are piloting that in Kalamazoo right now. We are on our 6th and last workshop session. We partnered with the Boys and Girls Club and also Parchment Middle School. And it's an opportunity to teach young girls financial literacy, foundational skills, and empower them to take control of their career, their future, you know, and their life. So it's awesome. We started with the CFO of Your Life is the first unit or module. And tonight is our last session. After that, we will try to book an industry tour and a role model mentor exchange for the girls to participate in. So it's good stuff, and I'm happy with the pilot. I want to see round 2, you know, version 2.0 come around the corner too. So great stuff. And I think that was all. Oh, I was going to give a shout out to Beth too. We partnered with Arbor Financial Credit Union in the county that is just west of us in Van Buren County at Mattawan High School. And we participated in the reality fair that they did there with the high school students. And I've been in the reality fair with Arbor before, but I love every minute of it. And every time we get a chance to do it, it's just so engaging for the kids, you know, to hear their conversations and learn that their budget is busted and they may have to go move back with mom and dad and, you know, live in the basement or whatever. So it's great stuff. So just wanted to share those 2 shout outs.
Oh, thanks, Dawn. And
Yeah.
I tell you, every month I say this, but this is why we are doing this, people, right? Like, this is why the Michigan Financial Wellness Network exists, because we come together, people who would never have known each other before, and we find these cool, innovative, and creative ways to do awesome things for the benefit of Michigan residents, right? And this is why we have this network. And it only works if people participate and people show up and people are engaged and have those then follow-up meetings, right? Like, hey, we'd love to use those books. Hey, let's figure out how we can get them to you. Hey, let's introduce you to this credit union. Hey, here's a new, I mean, that's how, but it starts here, right? Like, all of these magical things have started here. And now we can support, and we have Aldina involved. And that's the thing. So the other ask, I guess I have many asks today. The other ask I would have is, if you're working with someone who's not already plugged in with us, invite them. Send them the link to sign up for our monthly news. Invite them to come to one of these Zoom meetings, okay? Because I know all of you have your own network of people in social services and government and schools and private sector and business. If they're passionate about financial wellness for Michiganders, please invite them to subscribe to our newsletter and invite them to come to a meeting. Okay, I'm going to stop asking for things now. I promise. All right, we are a little bit ahead of schedule, but I'm not going to just fill the time. I didn't bring my stand-up comedy routine today. So if nobody has any other questions or concerns or problems, things you want to troubleshoot, this is a great time to do that. Everybody's rocking it. Everybody's solving the world's problems. That's awesome. So with that, I am going to adjourn us then and say, make sure that you are back here for more magic Wednesday morning, May 4th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm always available outside of these meetings at My Financial Wellness, MIfinancialwellness@gmail.com. Thank you, Dawn, for the kind words. Thanks, everybody.